In the video preceding this one, we talked about uploading media to the server, which is the first step in uploading it onto the page or inserting media onto the page. So if you watched the video, we talked about uploading content onto a page in the form of a picture, and we had a string of text saying this person is to be honored. Just basically adding more visual content to your page, because you don't want just plain text. It's boring and no one really actually reads it. Most people skim instead of read. As far as most research goes, most people read about 20% of what's on a page, even if they're interested. So keep that in mind when you're building your pages. So anyway, back to uploading the image. So before we saw this button that said Add Media. So we're going to go ahead and click on that. And last time we clicked on this tab that said Upload Files. But since we already have the file that we wanted, this picture, for example, but any picture or file you see here, you just click on it and it'll highlight it. You'll know you've done it correctly if you see a blue outline around it, and most importantly is this checkbox in the top right hand corner. So I'm going to go ahead and select this file. A quick note, there's this thing here called alt text, or standing for alternative text. It's always a good idea to add some sort of alternative text. That way, for those who have visual impairments, or if they're using something like a screen reader, it will read to them what this picture is. Or if the file is mislocated or it didn't quite load correctly and causes it to break, in replacement of that image, it'll show text. That way, if it's something important, you're not completely lost. So if you had let's just say, to make it easy, for example, an image of the word, or let's say the image of your chapter, for example. If that didn't work, there's nothing, it would just be a broken image link if it shows at all, and it doesn't really demonstrate what you're trying to do on the page. So this will then say, we'll say your chapter is 2020, it will then say 2020. So for this example, we have a line of soldiers, which is actually the CIB pinning, so why don't we call it that? So CIB pinning. And this text only shows up in those circumstances, whether it's a screen reader or if the image didn't load properly. So I know it's a little bit of a long tangent, but it is important. And then once we've done that, we're going to go ahead and say Insert into Page. And as you can see right here, it's loaded onto our text editor, which, as you've seen before, will then properly load into the page itself. And much like the text, when you have media on here, you can choose to align it a certain way. So just like the text, we can align it to the right, in the center, or to the left. That's pretty cool. And it's basically it. There's a number of things you can do. And there's also stuff like if you go in the text, you can see the HTML code that puts it in. And you can do a number of things with it too if you're comfortable with that. But for the most part, you can easily just stick to the visual, and then and as usual, we'll take a look. Remember, hit update, so that way we have fresh content on the page. Then I'm going to go over here and hit view page. And if you don't know, by the way, since generally when you click on this, it'll just upload, like it'll change the screen you're on. I hit Control or Command if you're on a Mac, and then click this. That way it opens up in a new tab. That way I can toggle back and forth between what I'm working on and what I'm seeing. So as we can see here, we have that text that was in the text editor, and then the image here.